Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. For the function f, for each increase in the value of x by 1/4, the value of f of x increases by a factor of m. Which of the following equivalent forms displays m as a constant or coefficient? Okay, according to the information we have over here, we increase the value of x by 1/4. That is, x becomes x positive 1/4. Now, let me plug in this x positive 1/4 for x over here. Then I'm getting f of x positive 1/4. Okay, when x is increased by 1/4, the information says f of x increases by a factor of m, that is m times f of x. Okay, now what we have to do is in each of the answer choices, what I have to do is I have to plug in x positive 1/4 for x, and then I have to find the corresponding value of m. Once I get the value of m, I have to see the function in each answer choice where the value of m is displayed, either as a constant or coefficient. Now, let's check this stuff out with the function in answer choice A. Okay, let me plug in x positive 1/4 for x over here. Then I'm getting f of x positive 1/4 equals to 13 times 100 raised to the power of 2 times. For this x also, we have to plug in x positive 1/4. Let me do it, x positive 1/4 over here. Okay, 13 times 100 raised to the power of, now we can distribute this 2 to this x and 1/4, then I'm getting 2x positive, 2 times 1/4 is 1 over 2. Okay, 13 times. Here, two values are added at the exponent. Whenever two values are added at the exponent, what we can do is we can take this base separately for each value and multiply the results. This is actually reverse of a product rule in exponents. Okay, let me write over here. That is 100 to the power of 2x times 100 to the power of 1 over 2. Here I have taken this base separately for each of these two values and added the results over here. Okay, 13 times 100 to the power of 2x. Okay, when I simplify this one, when I evaluate this one, I'm getting 10. Okay, we know that this is a stuff we have for f of x in answer choice A. Okay, when the value of x is increased by 1/4, the function f of x in answer choice A increases by a factor of 10. So that is the value of m over here is 10. Now we have to see whether this value 10 is displayed as a constant or coefficient over here. No, 10 is not displayed either as a constant or coefficient over here. So answer choice A is incorrect. Now let's check with the function f of x in answer choice B. That is, we have to plug in x positive 1/4 for x over here and here. Okay, now let me do it. That is f of x positive 1 over 4 equals to 13 times 1000 raised to the power of 2 over 7 to the power of 14 over 3 times x positive 1/4. Okay, now let's do some simplification. 13 times 1000 raised to the power of 2 over 7. Now we can distribute this 14 over 3 to this x and 1/4. Then I'm getting 14 over 3 times x. When I multiply this one and this one, I am getting 7 over 6 after simplification. Here, two values are added at the exponent. As we have done in answer choice A, we can take this base separately for each value and multiply the results. Then we get 13 times 1000 raised to the power of 2 over 7 to the power of 14 over 3 times x times 1000 to the power of 2 over 7 to the power of 7 over 6. Okay, now we can multiply these two exponents using the power of a power rule in exponents. Okay, now let's multiply 2 over 7 times 7 over 6. Here 7 will cancel out. 2 goes into 2 one times and 2 goes into 6 3 times. I'm getting 1 over 3. Okay, when I multiply these two exponents, I'm getting 1 over 3. When I take this 1 over 3 as an exponent for this 1000, I am getting 10 as a result. That is 1000 to the power of 1 over 3 equals to, this 1000 can be written as a 10 to the third power whole to the power of 1 by 3. Okay, when I simplify this one, I'm getting 10. Okay, now let me write over here. That is 13 times 1000 raised to the power of 2 over 7 to the power of 14 over 3 times x. And the value of this one is just 10. We got this stuff for f of x over here in answer choice B. And here we have 10. So that is, when I increase the value of x by 1/4, the function f of x in answer choice B increases by a factor of 10. So this is the value of m, and we don't find this value 10 either as a constant or coefficient over here. So answer choice B is incorrect. Now let's check with the function f of x in answer choice C. Let's do the same thing. That is, x has to be replaced by x positive 1/4 in the function f of x over here. Then we get f of x positive 1/4 equals to 13 times 100,000. Let me write the stuff over here. Raised to the power of 16 over 5 to the power of 1 over 4 times x positive 1/4. Okay, now let's do some simplification. 13 times 100,000 raised to the power of 16 over 5. Now we can distribute this 1 over 4 to this x and 1/4. Then I'm getting 1 over 4 times x positive 1 over 16. Here two values are added at the exponent. Now we can take this base separately for each value and multiply the results as we have done in the two answer choices. 13 times 100,000 to the power of 16 over 5 raised to the power of 1/4 of x times 100,000 to the power of 16 over 5 to the power of 1 over 16. Okay, here we can multiply these two exponents. Okay, let me do it. 16 over 5 times 1 over 16. The 16 will cancel. I'm getting 1/5. So here we get the exponent 1/5 for this 100,000. And 100,000 can be written as 10 to the 5th power. So it has to be raised to the power of 1/5. So the simplification of this one is 10. That is the value of this one is 10. Okay, now let me write the rest of the stuff as it is. It is 13 times 100,000 to the power of 16 over 5 to the power of 1/4 of x. Okay, already we got the value of this one as 10. We have this stuff for f of x in answer choice C. So here when I increase the value of x by 1/4, f of x increases by a factor of 10. Actually, this is a value of m, and I don't see this value 10 either as a constant or coefficient over here. So answer choice C is incorrect. Now let's check with the function f of x in D. That is, we have to plug in this x positive 1/4 for x over here and here. Okay, let me do it. That is f of x positive 1/4 equals to 13 times 10 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 6 times x positive 1/4. Okay, here 13 times 10 to the power of 2 over 3. Now we can distribute this 6 to this x and 1/4. Then I'm getting 6x positive. 6 times 1/4 is 6 over 4, or in simplified form it's 3 over 2. Okay, 13 times 10 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 6x times 10 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 3 over 2. Okay, here 13 times 10 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 6x. Okay, when I multiply this 2 over 3 and 3 over 2, that is equal to 1. That is, we get 10 to the first power, that is 10. We have this stuff for f of x over here in answer choice D. When I increase the value of x by 1/4, the function f of x in answer choice D increases by a factor of 10. That is, actually 10 is the value of m, and I see this 10 displayed as a constant over here in the function f of x in answer choice D. So the correct answer choice for this question is D.